Hello students, myself Dr. C.R. Chaugule, Head Department of English, Gopal Krishna Gokhale College, Kolhapur. This lecture is for the students of BA First Optional English. Name of the paper number 2nd is Modern Indian Writing in English Translation for the semester 2nd. Let us know the poem I Say Unto Orisha by Amrita Pritam. She is a distinguished Punjabi poetess and fiction writer. Her first collection of poems, Amrut Lehre, was published in 1936 when she was 17 years old. Starting as a romantic poet, she matured into a poetess of revolutionary ideas as a result of her involvement with the progressive movement in literature. Her magnum opus is the long poem Sunehre, which won the Sahitya Academy Award. Aji Akan Orisha, None, that is, I Say Unto Orisha, is a heart-rending poem written during the wrath-torn days that followed the partition of the country. It is addressed to Orisha, the celebrated 18th century Punjabi poet and author of the immortal Heer, a moving folk story of love and death. Orisha, a well-known Sufi poet who is best known for his seminal poem Heer Ranjha, based on traditional folk tale of Heer and her lover Ranjha. Heer is considered as the works of classical Punjabi literature. The story of Heer was also told by several other writers, including notable versions by Damodar Das, Muqbal and Ahmad Gujar, but Orisha's version is by far the most popular today and is most widely quoted. Heer is an extremely beautiful woman born into a wealthy Jat family of the Sail tribe in Jang, which is now in Punjab, Pakistan. Ranjha, also a Jat of the Ranjha tribe, is the youngest of 4 brothers and lives in the village of Takht Hazara, Pakistan, by the river Chenab. Being his father's favorite son, unlike his brothers who had to toil in the lands, he led a life of ease, playing the flute. After a quarrel with his brothers over land, Ranjha leaves home. In Orisha's version of the epic, it is said that Ranjha left his home because his brothers' wives refused to give him food. Eventually, he arrives in Heer's village and falls in love with her. Heer's father offers Ranjha a job herding his cattle. Heer, fascinated by the way Ranjha plays his flute, and eventually falls in love with him. They meet each other secretly for many years until they are caught by Heer's jealous uncle Kadu and her parents Chakak and Malki. Heer is forced by her family and the local priest or Maulavi to marry another man named Saida Khera. Ranjha is heartbroken. He wanders the countryside alone until eventually he meets a Jogi. After meeting Jogis, Gorakhnath, the founder of Kanapata, sector of Jogis at Tila Jagam. Ranjha becomes a Jogi himself, piercing his ears and renouncing the maternal world. Reciting the name of the Lord, he wanders all over the Punjab, eventually finding the village where Heer now lives. Then the two return to Heer's village, where his parents agree to their marriage. However, on the wedding day, Kado, uncle of Heer, poisons her food so that the wedding will not take place. Hearing this news, Ranjha rushes to aid Heer, but it's too late. She's already eaten the poison and has died. Broken-hearted once again, Ranjha eats the remaining poisoned food which Heer has eaten and dies by her side. This poem is a passionate address to the Sufi poet Waris Shah, who wrote the famous poem Heer Ranjha, a story of young love and the resultant death. All art, including literature, is a presentation of an image of life as pierced by the artist. Human-like and life is like a dome of many-colored glass, as P.B. Shelley has said in his poem. It means that the range and variety of human experience is almost infinite. There are both happy and unhappy experiences. Artists and writers talk about both of them. However, the art or literature which expresses the moments of unhappiness has a stranger and longer appeal. The moments of unhappiness finds in this poem, as well as the poem has a social cultural theme, and it offers a passionate comment also on the prevailing situational around. Thanks for listening me carefully and attentively. Thank you.